What's up, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at the S22. I haven't done a independent video on this. It's been like 5-6 months, so a lot of you guys were asking me about it. So I wanted to go ahead and film this with the S24 Ultra just to see how the video would come out. So let me know what you guys think. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. So the price has not really changed at all. It's still in that $250 to $260 price point, which I think is still really good to get an S22 series, considering that you're going to be getting updates and you're going to be getting the Galaxy AI. I think that's actually a very good price compared to a lot of mid-rangers and stuff like that. Even compared to like the Galaxy A55 and a lot of just anything on the market, it's a really good price to get those features. So the S22 has a really nice design. It's an aluminum frame design and has the really smooth edges on here, so it's very comfortable to hold in the palm. It's not boxy like something like the S24 Ultra. So this is just really easy to hold, and that goes for even a bigger S22 Plus. So I just really love this design. It's just way more comfortable. It is IP68 dust and water resistant. You do have that matte finish on the back with the little Samsung camera cutout as well too, which I think still looks pretty good. It doesn't look dated at all. I think a lot of people prefer this design, but let me know what you guys think. But the display on here is a dynamic AMOLED display. It's 120 Hz. It's HDR10 plus at 1300 nits peak brightness. The display is very nice. It's very bright. It's very vibrant as well too. It's a 6.1 inch phone, so it's not a super big phone, but it's not like, I wouldn't call it compact either. But if you're having like a S10e, I think this would be a pretty decent upgrade, even though it's a little bit bigger. But very slim bezels. It's 1080p 425 for the PPI, completely flat display. And the display is absolutely awesome, guys. It's a very nice, high quality Samsung panel that we know can come and love. But this phone, what makes this phone pretty special is that it has the Android 14 update, but Samsung is going to give it the Galaxy AI features, which I talked about in a previous video. So that's going to be really exciting when that comes out. I'm going to cover that. I think that's just going to breathe a lot of life into these older flagships. And not only that, but it just makes these phones just a really good deal. It just makes my case even better. It's just to buy an older flagship instead of these mid-range phones. So the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 on the S22, it performs pretty well. I don't really have any issues with it, of course. It's going to perform well in benchmarks, and with the One UI 6, it's very smooth. I haven't had any lags or any issues with it. Even when it comes to gaming, even if you're kind of on a budget and you like gaming on something kind of smaller, this will do you great. It can play PUBG at 90 frames, Call of Duty, pretty much whatever you throw at it. It's still going to do an excellent job when it comes to gaming. You do have 128 gigs of internal storage and 8 gigs of RAM on the base model, so performance wise, just bouncing in and out of applications, multitasking, this phone is still blazing fast, so I don't have an issue with performance at all. Now, another highlight with the S22 is the cameras. The cameras have aged pretty well. It's still taking pretty much flagship quality photos. It's got a 50 megapixel standard and a 10 megapixel telephoto lens, and it's 3 times optical. It has a 12 megapixel ultra wide. It shoots in 8K 24 with a 10 megapixel selfie that also shoots in 4K 60. And like I said, it takes close pictures pretty close to the Galaxy S23 and S24. And there's very minor differences that I noticed in terms of image quality. So you're going to get really good pictures. I think the only thing about the S22 phones is it does that kind of like weird skin lightening thing, which I think Samsung kind of fixed on the S23 and 24. But this one, it'll make you kind of a little bit paler than you look in real life. But you can just edit the photo. But again, who wants to like edit a photo every time they get a picture? But that's my only thing with the cameras. But everything else, the main lens does a fantastic job. Really crispy photos, very well detailed, good dynamic range. The ultra wide is really good. The telephoto lens does a great job. Portrait shots come out good. Even nighttime photography comes out pretty decent on the S22. So I think this still takes absolutely fantastic pictures for 2024. So this phone does have pretty good stereo speakers as well too. I think they're okay for the size of this phone. I'll go ahead and let you guys hear them at max volume. Now, this phone also has the ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, which is something that I absolutely love. So if you buy something like the Galaxy A35, A55, you're gonna get the optical one, and it's a night and day difference. The ultrasonic ones are just way faster, so that's something that I really like as well too. Now, the thing about the S22 is there's one downside, and it's battery life. So the battery life is not horrible, but it's kind of does has the same battery life that you would get on the Galaxy S10e. It pretty much does like 4 hours, 30 minutes of screen on time. If you're like me and you're a lighter user, you don't game a lot, you can squeeze about 5 hours of screen on time out of this phone if you keep like brightness low and stuff like that. But yeah, this phone it just does kind of average to below average in terms of battery life. That's the only thing. Now, one thing you can do to offset this is that you can get like a battery case or something like that and put it on the phone. They sell them on Amazon. But yeah, the battery life is just kind of okay on here. Now, this phone does have 25-watt charging on here, which again is decent. But you also get the wireless and reverse wireless charging. Again, this is something you won't find on a lot of mid-rangers. So in general, I think the S22 is a pretty fantastic phone for 250 bucks. I think it's really nice. You get the Galaxy AI features for relatively cheap as well, and you're getting just a great phone overall. Great hardware, great cameras, great display, really good processor on here. Does pretty well with gaming for anybody on a budget. You don't have to spend a lot, and you get good performance. So these older flagships are just getting really really good. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have an S22? How's your experience been with the S22? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.